What's good, Internet? My name is Attack Slug, and welcome back to Keys from My Inbox, the show where I look at games that show up in my email inbox, and boy, there are a bunch. This is Marble Skies on the PC on Steam. It is a marble rolling game, very, very similar to a game that I loved on the Xbox 360 called Marble Blast Ultra. Also kind of similar to a game like Super Monkey Ball or even Marble Madness way back in the day. And I love those kinds of games. So even though this seems very, very heavily inspired by that stuff, if there's nobody else doing it, if there's no current Marble Blast game on the market, then why not? Just do it. I love to play them. So I finished beginner in about a half an hour. And this is the first stage of intermediate.
Set, go!
That is too loud in my speakers. So if you've played any of Marble Blast Ultra, this is going to look and sound and feel super similar. But that game, you can't even legally purchase anymore. So honestly, if somebody wanted to make a game very similar to that, and they clearly did, I am all about it. Now, somebody did release a PC thing of Ultra, kind of surreptitiously, a couple years back, so it is possible to find it on the PC. But in terms of like the Xbox 360, if you didn't buy it when it was new and when it came out, you're not going to get it because it is no longer available on the marketplace. And certainly games like Super Monkey Ball are all-time favorites of mine. And I will say that I kind of want to get a USB adapter for a GameCube controller to play this. Because the GameCube analog stick is special in a way because it had an 8-way gate on the analog stick. And that would basically allow you to commit to a direction and hold in that direction and not slip from that. That made that game very, very hard to play on any other platform. Like when they put it out on Xbox and PS2 in a version, it was just not the same as that GameCube one. And kind of any subsequent game is just not the same because of the way that GameCube controller worked. So, that being said, just as a genre, as a relaxing genre of this kind of game, I am and have always been, even going back to NES Marble Madness, super into it. Having a new one here on Steam with about 90 stages in it for $10, and they're adding new skins, they're adding stages made by the community, like, that is super appealing. So if any of those games in the past were things that you were into, I would say definitely give this a look, because it certainly feels a lot like those games. The controls are quite smooth and about what you would expect. It's got the good physics and whatnot. So I have been definitely digging it quite a bit here, even if playing here on intermediate has been a little rough for me. This is the first stage of intermediate. And so the curve, perhaps, is kind of my only real thing. Is like the curve on the difficulty is a little high. And so I'm guessing they're assuming that you've played Ultra either on Xbox or on PC, and that you've played, games like that. So, because if you haven't, beginners, even on beginner, is going to be pretty rough. Now, the music, there is music, right? There is music, but from my little bit of research, people were getting hit with Content ID on the music, and homie, don't play that. So I've turned it off. It's just, the kind of the chill, relaxing, electronic type stuff that you might expect from this kind of game. It's, not anything special, but honestly, I was not going to deal with that particular headache because YouTube and Content ID is a freaking nightmare. It does have online leaderboards, and I have to wonder if they've been hacked because some of those times that you see as the global fastest time seem unreasonable. So either there are some much more interesting and crazy shortcuts, or people are just straight up using cheat engine to hack and fly or whatever. Because I've seen somewhere it's like 5 seconds, and I'm like, how would you do it in 5 seconds? Like, even if you were really good and found a great shortcut, how could he do it? So I don't have an answer for that. But it has both global leaderboards, and I want to say it has your friend leaderboards too. So we'll get into that here in a bit. It has an ever-changing in-game shop using the in-game currency to unlock new skins for the marbles. So it does pay to log in on kind of a daily basis as those rotate in and out. So you can see here, the world record on this stage, 3.6 seconds. It took me a minute and a half. I don't see any way for that even to be possible. Like, if I go here into global, right, I did it in that I'm ranked 415 in the world. And if I go here into show the top, that seems insane. Like, I don't think that's even possible to do that in 3.5 seconds. Now, what I'd like to see is some kind of a replay engine to be able to watch replays and see, all right, well, how is that even remotely possible? I don't think it is, but I could be wrong. Like, I've been wrong on a lot of things in my life. I've botched a lot of things in my life, so it would not be unreasonable.
Set,
but I feel like, that's kind of not how it goes. Now, you have different surfaces, as you might expect. You got your regular surface. You've got your ice surface here, where it's very, very slippery. You've got a much more sticky surface that is a darker brown. Oh, nope. See, that was a problem because it's ice. It's cold. It's ice. And getting up there to get that gem, and it's one of the stages where you need all the gems to actually get out of the stage, is a bit tricky. So, again, the ramp up in the difficulty I've found is a bit higher than I perhaps was expecting. But, granted, I have played a lot of the other kinds of games in this mold. So, perhaps as someone who played those, even for that, it felt a little bit high. So, it's not too bad here on intermediate, but here is one of the climb those surfaces. So those you can climb when they're steep, not a big deal, right? So kind of just get up there and climb. No, speaking of botching things, speaking of pulling a Sankara, now you can restart immediately by hitting the Y button on your controller. I'm not sure what it is on the keyboard, but when you just jump and die, I think it takes a little bit too long falling. Like, the falling thing takes a little bit too long, and obviously the time keeps going, so if you want a good time, you hit Y, get the time reset, and it just says go, and you go. So there is that bit of beardness, if you will. But yeah, so like there's not a whole lot to it, but if you dig this kind of gameplay, it might just be exactly what you are looking for. Because honestly, not enough people are making games where you are a marble rolling through complicated stages. So, I don't know. For me, it scratches the same itch as, like, a Trials. Obviously in a different way. I'm in 3D and not 2D. But it does kind of have that same, alright, you're in a time Trials situation, and there is an increasing amount of difficulty in the stages that you play through. And, it's just getting better at the game is satisfying. And, having your own skill level up is satisfying. So let's try to not botch this exit. I don't know how I managed to do it before, but here we go. Head down, down, down in a good 49.50. So world record is 14. That seems more doable if you really just kind of ran through it without stopping. So that seems more plausible than a 3 or a 4 second type deal. So we'll hit like one or two more here. But at this point, you kind of know what this is. There are the kind of power-ups you would see in Ultra. So you've got kind of the rocket boost, you've got the big ball, that kind of thing. I haven't run into that here just yet, but those are in here. But so far, it's just, hey, either get to the stage or get the gems, get to the stage, and those are kind of your main objectives. Don't hit the bumpers. Do some of that. That was quite nice and worked quite well. Got to be careful to not. Yeah, that seems rough. Jump. Nice. Nice. Now don't botch it at the end, because that would be unfortunate. Don't get the momentum, but don't go too far. So that is tricky. Oh, of course you do it once, you're like, hey, do it again. You're so good, do it again. And I'm like, that seems unfortunate. Some of the jumps, having to judge them, are a little weird, but for the most part, it has been quite nice to play, and I have enjoyed my, half an hour-ish playtime thus far.
Go!
And here we go. This is Whibley and Wobbly and whatnot, and yeah, I just...
Go.
Too much. Pushed on the gas a little bit too much, so... I'll be curious to see what this particular stage is for the global world record, because I don't see any obvious shortcuts here. Like, you can certainly time... There's a rocket. You can certainly time... Boom! Yup. Botched that pretty hard. A lot of the stages, at least earlier on, had very obvious shortcuts, where it's just like, alright, you guys have to be good at jumping and landing your jumps. But some of these, it's not super obvious where there would be a shortcut. So I have to wonder how those times are really even possible. But hey, what do I know? So yes, the power-ups do respawn if you need them again and again and again because you managed to fall in a hole or fall off the stage. That kind of stuff. And yeah, you kind of just fall for a little bit too long, but you can just hit Y and restart, and it's not a big deal, to be honest. Not that big of a deal. I'm gonna give this one more shot and then show off the menu stuff and then wrap things up for today. But yeah, if you're looking for this kind of game, you found it. And it is pretty much exactly what you want. Really? Really? Alright, where is the power-up? I'm gonna need it again. Where'd it go? I wonder if I can make this without actually using the boost. Yes, I can. Alright, so I still have the boost. I didn't actually need it. It just kind of is helpful. And whatnot. And would obviously give you a better time. So I'm going to hold on to that boost just in case. Alright, there's another one, so not a big deal. But I'm assuming they want you to fully boost and totally jump over this. But I'm going to play it safe. Because I feel like if I do that boost, it's going to be bad news. Whereas if I just do a jumping deal here, it will be not as bad news. Like that. So, not going to get a great time, but I might just finish the stage, which to me is more important. Oh, or I could totally move the camera and botch things and fall off because I'm bad at talking when I'm playing video games. So, that being said, let's hop in here and go into a little bit of this stuff here. So, you got beginner, intermediate, advanced, bonus, and community stages. Alright, but also every 24 hours, you can head over into the extras menu, inventory, come on, controller, inventory, go into the shop, and you can see there are different skins here, mouse is make it easier, different skins that are available today for, here's the price, here's what you have in your current wallet from finishing stages, you get, gain levels and get credits and that kind of thing, and this changes once a day, so... It is in early access. It is $10. They are constantly improving it and adding things to it, and I think it's pretty cool. Marble Skies, out on Steam, link in the description. I'm Attack Slug. Thanks for watching. More videos every day. See you next time, right here on this channel. And I'm out.